Yes, we're actually out here in Tucson right now covering the incumbent Senator Mark Kelly, who's been holding the event here at the Rialto Theater. You can see a packed crowd here as they're playing some other news of other elections going on across the nation. I have to tell you, these folks have been waiting a long time to see Senator Mark Kelly. And just looking around the room, there's a lot of people holding a drink in one hand and doing this with the other. And what that is looking to see the updated numbers of those preliminary ballots that are coming in right now. Of course, we know there's a long way to go, a lot more ballots to be counted, but these folks are excited. They're waiting to hear from the senator right now. They've been following this election for a while. They're liking what they're seeing so far, but as we've been talking about and kind of referring it to as a blue mirage, is that while it's looking like Democrats have a significant lead now, we know things can change tomorrow or the coming days. So they're trying to be patient. Senator Mark Kelly telling me that today. He's trying to be patient, but at the same time, he does think that he will be able to win this race and be able to maintain his U.S. Senate seat. Here's what he said earlier today, right before the polls closed.
I feel like I could win this tonight, but it could take a day. It could take a couple days. What's important is that we count all the votes, and we don't question, and say that the election is stolen. I mean, that's just dangerous.
That was a big point that Senator Kelly hit on today while he was speaking with his volunteers, while he was speaking with his supporters, is that this may take some time to make sure every single ballot is counted, every single vote is counted. And again, just spreading that message of just trying to be patient. But again, the folks here in this room are excited with what they're seeing so far. Will it maintain? Will it keep going? We'll just have to wait and see. And of course, we'll have to see what the incumbent senator himself has to stay here in front of his supporters. We're expecting that to happen anytime soon, but we'll just have to wait and see. So be sure to stick with us for the latest updates on what's going on here in Tucson. But for right now, we'll send it back to you in the Valley.
All right. Thanks so much, Chase, who is live down in Tucson with the Kelly campaign. Now let's go to the other side of the ticket, the Republican side for U.S. Senate. And that is Blake Masters. That's where we find Team 12's Michael Doudna. Michael, what is the mood out there tonight?
Yeah, guys, it's actually been a little bit quieter over the last few minutes. They still actually haven't shown any of the results on the big screen, so we haven't gotten that big reaction one way or another. And while we've heard from some smaller speakers, we have not heard from Blake Masters in any form or fashion. Although, actually, we just saw Blake Masters on the screen for the first time. And they got a big boo for seeing some of the results right now. Now, this is not totally unexpected. Masters always expect to be down early, but probably not as much as he is right now. He always felt that his key to end up winning this campaign was trying to tie Mark Kelly to Joe Biden on issues like immigration, the border, and crime. And the reality is that he still always needed a lot of the voters to come out today to make up that difference, and he's still hopeful that they may be able to in the near future.
We're feeling good. The numbers are breaking in our way. We always knew they probably would. We just need every patriot, everybody. I mean, even if you're not a fired up grassroots Republican, right? If you're an independent, are you better off now than you were 2 years ago?
Now the question is exactly how many of those day of voters, those independents, will end up swinging towards his way and helping out to try to close that gap. And there's still a lot of that gap to close, but we do expect it to happen over the next several days and hours as we start to get more of those votes. For example, back in 2020, Mark Kelly won Maricopa County by a count of 52% to 48 or 49%. Right now, that margin for Mark Kelly is about 59% to 39, 40%. So there's a big margin, a big difference in what we saw in 2020. We expect it to shrink over the course of these votes getting counted, guys. Back to you.
All right, Michael, thanks so much.